Yes, no? So we have array equals, and we have something like asset iteratable. Iterable equals, I think so. I forgot. Asset iterable equals, and we have asset same to compare the strings, and we have asset not same again to compare the strings. Okay, and I think we have something like asset throws. Yes, asset throws. Okay, if you want to compare the exception raised by the code, okay, then we have to use the asset throws, and we have something called fail. Okay, so fail is also one of the asset method, and we have asset all. Okay, asset all. Okay, if you want to come, if you want to write two or more, I mean one or more test cases for one particular method, then we have to use asset all. Okay, and yes, that's it. I think so. Yeah. So we have so many asset methods. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, we have 11 asset methods. Okay, for showing. Okay, we have totally 11 asset methods. Okay, yesterday we had discussion on only the asset equal. Okay, how we are comparing, how we are actually comparing the actual value and expected value. No? So we created two different methods, which is add and sorry, in the app file. Okay, in the source code we created two methods, okay, which is adding and subtraction. Okay, so we are going to test them in the app test file. Okay, so in the app test file we wrote some test cases. Okay, so the first test case is test adding is the test case to check the add method, and we have something called test sub. Okay, test sub is used to check the, okay, subtraction method. Okay, so we have so many methods, and we discussed about the test life cycle by using after each, after all, and before each, and before all, and everything. Okay, so here I'm not going to use them. Okay, so this is what I have. So I have two test cases to test the to test the two different methods in the main class. Okay, this is what we have. Okay, now, okay, actually in the both test cases we used asset equal na? In the both test cases we used asset equal, and here I want to use asset not equal. Okay, so asset not equal, generally asset not equal, to asset the expected and actual values are not equal. Okay, to check, I mean, so I'll write some, some definition kind of thing. uh, use it to asset use it to asset the expected and actual values. Guys, give me a minute. Nana, sound again. Okay, so actually we have to check the I mean, actual value and expected value are equal or not, are equal. Okay, so we are going to check them. So here in the not equal na, so we are going to check both the expected value and actual value are not equal or not. Okay, values are not equal. Okay, if the actual value and expected value are equal, then that means, okay, we have to raise some, I mean, we have to fail the test case. Okay, see, so here in the subtraction so here in the subtraction I'm using asset equals, right? So here, okay, I am passing 8 comma 5. Okay, I am passing 8 comma 5 to the subtraction method. So here we got a result of 3, so that's why the test case is going to pass here. Okay, the test case is going to pass here. Okay, I think this is a different thing. Actually we need to run this one. Okay, see, So test subtraction and test adding, both the test cases are passed because, okay, so here we are passing 2 comma 3 to the add method and we are expecting 5 result. So obviously it will return 5 for sure. That's why the test adding is got success. Okay, test case is passed in this case. And we have, okay, we are expecting 3 value from the subtraction method by passing 8 comma 5. So obviously the subtraction between 8 and 5 is 3. So that's why the test subtraction also got passed. Okay, now I am checking asset not equal. That means, okay, actual value and expected value must be not equal. If those are equal, if those methods are equal, then we have to raise some issue. Okay, so actually why we are getting asset not equals. So let me remove the comment, message. Okay, see, we are reading asset not equals here. Okay, so when you are checking asset not equals, okay, so the both values, the actual value and the expected value, both must be the not equal. But here actual value and expected value both are equal, right? So why? Because, okay, we are passing 8 comma 5 to the subtraction method. The subtraction of 8 and 5 is obviously 3. So the result of the actual value would be 3, and we are passing 3. Okay, we are expecting 3. So here both the, okay, actual value and expected value are equal, but here we are checking not equal. Okay, we want to check not equal value, but we have equal value. So that's why the test case is going to fail in this case. See, we got a red color. Okay, we got a red color progress bar because this particular test is failed. See, you can see here value should be different. Okay, actually is 3. Okay, so actually is 3. Okay, but the value should be different now because it is asset not equal. Okay, so here I am writing some different value. I am writing 2. Okay, so I want to check the subtraction of 8 and 5. Okay, so that subtraction of the 8 and 5, okay, must be not equal to 3. Okay, so that's why I wrote 2 here. Okay, 2 here. Okay, that means, okay, the expected value and actual value both are not equal. Both are not equal. So here the test case is going to pass. You can see, we got a progress bar green. That means, okay, the test case is passed. Okay, this is how you need to use asset not equal. Asset equal is used to, okay, check whether the expected value and actual value are equal or not. But so asset not equal is used to check that whether the expected value and actual value are not equal or not. Okay, so this is the difference between asset equal and asset not equal. Okay, boys, are you clear with these two methods, asset equal and asset not equal?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so can I go with asset true?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so yes, Priyanshu, any doubt?
Sir, when we have a asset equal, so why we would asset not equal?
So sometimes I want to check the both the values are not equal, so that's why I have asset not equal. So the value should, in the asset not equal, the value should be different. The actual value and the expected value should be different. Okay, so if the both the values, if the expected value and actual value are different, then only I want to pass my test. Okay, then only I want to pass my test case. But here when you are using asset equal, the expected value and actual value both must be equal, then only we want to pass the test case.
Okay, sir. Got it. Got it. Okay, sir.
Okay,
Okay.
and coming to the asset true, the asset true assets, the supplied condition. Okay, we have to supply one particular condition. Okay, so the supplied condition is returning true or not. Okay, we have asset true. Asset true is checking for, okay, the specific condition is true or not, and asset false obviously checks for the specified condition is false or not. Okay, the specified condition is false or not. So here, okay, we can write a one particular code. Okay, so I'm writing something like, um, I'm writing one method here, public, okay, public boolean. Okay, I'm returning one boolean value, okay, by this method, public boolean. What can I write? Check even. Okay, we are checking even numbers, okay, whether the passed number, okay, the given parameter or the given number is even or not. I want to check for that condition. Okay, so here I'm expecting one value int n. Okay, so here, okay, we have to check one particular one particular boolean variable now. So here I'm returning one value, return, okay, n percentage 2, okay, sorry, 10 percentage 2 equal to 0 or not. If n percentage 2 equal to 0, then it would return true. Okay, if the n percentage 2 equal to false, then it would return false to us. Okay, it would return false to us. Okay, so I want to check, okay, whether this particular check even method is working or not. Okay, so I can write a one test case for check even method. Okay, so check even method, so at the rate test, obviously, and so all the methods, okay, all the test cases must be the void, so it cannot return anything. So test even, okay, I am testing the even number method. Okay, so here, okay, we are comparing the one boolean variable now, so whether we are getting, okay, the specified condition as true or not, right? So that's why I am using asset true here, asset true. So here in the asset true, I want to check one condition. Okay, so here in the asset true, I want to check one condition. Okay, that condition would be, so I am passing, okay, new app dot check even. Okay, I am passing one condition. Okay, I am passing one condition here. Okay, check even method, and we are getting something like, uh, actually we had created, no? Okay, so I forgot to save this particular program. Okay, now actually, okay, I am checking one condition, whether the given value, the 7, is even or odd. Okay, I am checking for that. Okay, so that's why I am passing 7 value to the check even method. In the check even method, okay, we are returning true if the given value is percentage 2 equal to 0. Okay, otherwise I will return false if the given value percentage 2 not equal to 0. Okay, so here what we'll get, so what is the status of the test case? Can you guess? The test case is going to pass or fail?
Red, fail.
Fail, because so it would return false, but you are expecting true here. Okay, definitely the test case is going to fail. See, the test case is going to fail here. See, so here you can see, okay, java long assertion error. Okay, so here you can pass one message also. Here, I think you cannot pass any messages. Okay, let me write something. Okay, actually, we cannot pass messages to this particular method, except true. Mm, okay, we cannot pass any message to the asset true. Okay, so that's why, the test case is going to fail, na? But if I pass something like 12, okay, so what will be the output? The test case is going to pass,
Yes,
right?
sir.
For sure, because we are passing even number, and it would return true for the even number. So the test case is going to pass now. Okay, see, test subtraction, test even success, and test adding success, and there is no failure traces in the test cases. Okay, so this is what we have to do with the asset true. Okay, if I want to check, okay, if I want to check something like asset false, na, so here I'm expecting, okay, here I'm expecting false. Okay, so I'm expecting false from the method, but it would return true, right? Because the given number is true, but we are expecting false. So here the test case is going to fail for sure. See, the test case is failed because okay, we are expecting false condition, okay, but the particular condition returning true to us because the given number is even number. Okay, so that's why the test case is failed. But if I write 7 here, okay, so what will be the output now? What is the status of the test case?
Pass.
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 Definitely it is going to pass. See, we got a green color progress bar. Okay, you can see. Okay, the test is passed. Okay, so this is what we have to do with the asset true and asset false. Okay, so let me write something. The asset true used to asset assets that the given condition is true or not. Okay, and exact contrast to this asset false. So we can check whether the given condition is false or not in the asset false method. Okay, so we had discussed four different asset methods. Okay, please go through it. So the first one is asset equal, asset not equal, asset true, and asset false. Okay, guys, are you clear about these four asset methods? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay, now let's discuss the asset equals. Okay, now let's discuss asset equals. Okay, actually, sorry, actually, so I want to what do? Okay, I want to sort the given array. Okay, if you pass some array to me, okay, if you pass some array, okay, so I want to sort that particular array. Okay, I want to sort that particular array. So okay, so let's write a program for that. Okay, so do you know how to sort an array? Did you remember? I think when we are discussing arrays and all, we created the program for sorting. Did you remember anyone how to sort an array?
So collection dot sort using that method.
So that's a collection, right? So here we are having array, not a collection. Yes, obviously we have to use array dot sort, or we can use the basic for loop to check the condition. Okay, we can swap the elements if one element is greater than some other element. Okay, so we can sort the array in two different methods. Either we can use array dot sort or we can use the for loop conditions. Okay, so here actually I am not going to concentrate on the the logic part, right? So here I'm using okay the Nishant idea, that is asset sort. Okay, so here I am returning one array, public int something. Okay, so first let me write void. Okay, after some time I want to change it. Okay, public void uh, sorting of array. Okay, this is the method we have. Okay, we have one method which is sorting of an array. So in the sorting of an array, I am expecting one array type of variable from the user. So here I am expecting one array from the user, and we have to return one particular array, right? So here we can return array. Okay, now we have to return one particular array here. See, so I want to sort the given array. The given array is ar is the given array, right? So I want to okay sort the ar. So here I can write arrays dot sort. Arrays dot sort. Here we have to pass ar. Okay, we have to pass ar. Okay, and we are getting something. Okay, so arrays.ar. Now we have to return this particular ar. Return, we have to return one array. So I'm returning array here. Okay, so this is the simplest form of sorting an array. Okay, the simplest form. Okay, if you want to sort an array, you can use this particular syntax. Okay, so you can sort any length of an array. Okay, if you are having 10 numbers, if you are having 100 numbers, it will sort for sure. Okay, this is the simplest form to sort an array. Okay, now I want to check this particular sorting of an array method. I want to check this particular sorting of array method. Okay, so here I can write one test case. See, right? Test void test sort, void test sort. Okay, so here we have to return one particular, I mean, we have to pass one particular array to the, yeah, so we have to, I mean, we have to pass one particular array to the method, and we will get actual value and expected value here. So here, okay, so I'm creating one array, int ar equal to something like, just note down the some values. So here I'm writing something like 10, 15, 61, 2, 4, 52, okay, something like 90. Okay, so I have some array values. Okay, and we have to declare array, right? So must be brackets. Okay, this is one array that I have. Okay, I want to sort this array. Okay, I want to check this particular array. Okay, is sorted or not in this particular test case. Okay, so here we have to, okay, we have to store the resultant array. Okay, I am storing the resultant array, resultant array. Okay, so here we can, okay, check for the method new app. Okay, I'm creating this particular syntax because I don't want to create any object for that. Okay, sorting, sorry, here we have to use something like sorting of an array. We have to pass our array here. Okay, I passed one array to the method. Okay, now we have to check, I mean, we have to check we got a I mean, we got a sorted array or not. Okay, we got a sorted array or not. Okay, so here I can, I mean, I don't want to create any, I mean, another array here. I can directly compare the array values. Okay, so here I'm using asset array equal statement. Okay, asset array equals. Okay, so here, okay, we can pass the expected array. Okay, I don't want to create a new array, so that's why I'm creating directly here. Okay, new int of, okay, here we can directly create an array with the syntax. Okay, so let's sort the array. Please help me to sort the array. So what is the first element of an array? Okay, if I sort the above array, what
Two,
is the first element?
two,
2,
2,
4,
4,
4,
10,
10, 15,
15,
50,
52,
55,
65,
90.
90.
okay, this is the expected array, right? This is the expected array. Now we have to check the expected array. Okay, the expected array is equal to the actual array or not. So we have an actual array here, we have an actual array here. Okay, so here we have to pass the array, resultant array. Okay, now, okay, here if you want to write any message, you can write the message, or if you don't want to write, okay, you can just, okay, so this is the array we have. But why we are getting some, why I'm getting error here? Resultant array.
Single R, sir.
Acha, acha, acha. Okay, 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 okay. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. So now, okay, we have method, and okay, we have to import the array equals from the asset method for sure. I imported that. Okay, and now we have a one test case to check the sorting of an array method. Okay, we have one array method where we are passing one array as a input, and we are getting one array as a output also. Okay, so here we are checking, okay, the expected value. Okay, this is our expected value, guys. Okay, so here if you want to create a new array, you can create the new array here. Okay, but I don't want to waste the memory of mine, so that's why okay, I wrote here. Okay, here if you want to save the memory again. So here you can compare the values like this. Okay, if you want to save your memory, you can check like this also. Okay, this is also valid statement. Or you can store this particular expected value in one array, and here you can store the resultant value in another array. Okay, you can create the two different arrays, but I don't want to waste my memory, so that's why, okay, I created like this. Okay, now let's compare the value, I mean test the case. Okay, we got green color, that means the test case is passed. Okay, here you have to remember one important thing. Okay, the asset equals method asset the actual value and array, I mean the original, I mean expected value, no, but so it will check the positions of the element. Okay, so it won't check only the values. Okay, it won't check only the values, it will check the including positions also, values along with the position of the value, where it is located, what is the index of that particular element. So it compares everything. Okay, so if you mismatch, okay, if you mismatch like this, okay, so I mismatched 4 with 2. Okay, now, okay, can you expect the result? Can you guess? The result will be fail.
Not
That
much.
means the test case is going to fail because the positions of 4 and 2 is replaced. Okay, see, we are having an issue with test sort array. Okay, see, arrays first differed at element 0, expected 4, but actually it was 2, so that's why the test case is failed. Okay, so it will compare the values along with the position of the values. Okay, so that's why you have to write it clearly. Okay, now let's compare this. See, we are getting the green bar, that means, okay, both the arrays, that means the actual value, the array, I mean expected array value, both are equal in the positions also, so that's why the test case is passed. Okay, so here let's write something in the notepad. Assert array, or I can write something like use to asset the expected array and actual array equal or not. Okay, including positions of the elements. Okay, so this is all about asset array equals. Okay, guys, clear? Are you clear with this? Asset array equals.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we are passing one as an input and we are expecting one array as a output. Okay, if the both expected value and actual value are equal, then we can print, I mean we can pass the test case, otherwise we can fail the test case. Okay, and okay, so here we can compare the iteratables also. Okay, iteratable, that means, okay, if you are having a one array list, no, so if you are having one array list, okay, and if you want to compare two different array, sorry, array list. Okay, so assume you have to, or you want to compare the, okay, two list interfaces. Okay, so you want to compare two list interfaces, that means those two list interfaces are equal or not. So we have asset iteratable equals, it assets the expected and actual iterables, that means expected and actual list interface or set interface or map interface, that means collections, okay, are deeply equal. Okay, generally deeply equals means, okay, generally deeply equals means the position of the elements also. Okay, the position of the elements in the collections must be the same, okay, as like in the array. Okay, so asset array equals not only compares the values, it also compares the positions, right? As similar to that, asset iterable also, okay, compare the positions of the elements in the collection. Okay, so here I don't want to create any method. Okay, I don't want to create any method in the source code, I just want to compare two collections, that means two list interfaces are equal or not. Okay, I want to compare two list interfaces. Okay, so let's write one test case. at test. Okay, so for every test case now you have to use this at the rate test annotation for sure. At the rate test annotation is very important. Okay, so here you can see, so I'm writing one, test iterable. Okay, I am testing the iterable. I'm testing the iterable. So here, okay, I can create two list interfaces, list, or you can create it in, I mean, array list also. Array teaser. Okay, so I'm creating something like, li1, li1 equal to new array list. Okay, I'm creating a new array list here. Okay, we have some list interface. So in the list interface now, so I want to pass some values. Okay, so here I can pass the values like, array as list. uh, I think arrays it is, arrays as list. Okay, arrays dot as list. Okay, so here we can pass the different values of an array. Okay, so I'm passing 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, and we have to import the list interface or the array list. Okay, from the utility package. Okay, now I want to create the same array list with some different values. Okay, okay, we have two array list now, li1 and li2. Okay, but in the first array list I have the values till 1 to 5. Okay, I have the values 1 2 3 4 5, but in the second array list I have the values till 1 2 3 4. Okay, so these are the values that I have. Okay, so here I want to compare these two array lists. Okay, these are the iterables, right? So these are the iterables, so that's why I want to compare these iterables. So we can compare the iterables by using the asset iterable equals method. Okay, asset iterable equals method. So here I can write something, asset iterable, asset iterable equals. Okay, so here we can compare those two, li comma li2. Okay, whether the li, the list interface 1 and the list interface 2 are equal or not. We have to import this from the asset. Okay, see, now we have something, I mean, we have two list interfaces and we are comparing the two list interfaces now. So here we are using iterable equals. So what will, I mean, what is your opinion on this particular test case? Is it going to pass or is going to fail?
Feel I
Fail, sir.
Why? The because, so second array list has the value still 1 2 3 4 and the first array list has 1 2 3 4. Why? Okay, the values are not equal, so here this is going to fail. See, test iterables are is failed. Okay, so if I pass 5 also here. Okay, so the test case is passed. Okay, so I want to replace the value once. Okay, right now I have 6. Okay, right now I have 6. Okay, I have the 5 values in the both array list, but I had a some bit different value in the second array list. So let's check the value, what will happen. See, we got fail because the values of the array list is different. So you can see the error. Iterable contents differ at index 4, expected 5, but it was 6. Okay, so both are different, so that's why we got failed. Okay, the values including the positions also. Okay, the values including the positions also should be same when you are using iterables or arrays equals. Okay, guys, clear?
Sir,
Asset iterable. Hmm.
yes, sir. If we want to check the length only, then we will use the
Equals.
li1 dot length.
No, actually you have to use asset equals then. So you are comparing two integers, na?
for the array length.
Hmm. So how to come? Sorry. Okay. So how to write the length? Do we have any method? Li1 dot size. Okay. So this is the array size. Int len2. Okay. Here we can write size of the list element 2. Okay. We have two integers now. Now we have two integers. Okay. So here you have to compare the two integers by using asset equal len comma len2. Okay, now it checks only for the length. You can see the test case is passed because the length we are comparing only the length, not the values. Okay, because you are having the two integers now. So when you want to compare two integers, you can use either asset equal or asset not equals. Okay, is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, very nice, very nice. Any doubts here? Asset iterables or asset equals, guys? Okay, so first let me cut this code. Okay, so let's note down the thing. Okay, so this is the one. Okay, and I will paste this code also, but in a comment. Because I will send you the code, no? So you will understand how it is. Okay, this is asset iterables. Okay, so we had a discussion on so many things. Please concentrate on the class. Okay, so asset iterable equals. Okay, so it use it to assets that expected and actual value, actual iterables are deeply equals or not, equals or not. Okay, that is asset iterable equals. Okay, now we have something called asset same and asset not same. So can you guess what is the use of asset same and asset not same? Any guess? Anyone? What will be the use for, what is the use for asset same and asset not same? You can guess, you can
To check string, sir.
obviously. Okay, so when you are having a two different strings, okay, when you are having two different strings, if you want to compare the strings, then you have to check asset same. Okay, so here let's write one program. So I'm writing one method called wishme. Okay, wishme. Actually I want to return some string here. Okay, let's replace the void with string. Okay, string here. Okay, return hello world. Okay, so when I call this particular wishme method, so you will have a string, right? So here I want to compare this particular string. Okay, so here see @test void test string method. This is the test case to compare the strings. Okay, so here I can write something called asset same. Okay, asset same, so we have to pass two different strings here. So here I am checking, okay, whether it is passing hello people or not. Okay, hello people or not. Okay, and here new app we have to call the Wishme method, na? So Wishme. Array, what happened? Okay, so I'm having two different strings and I'm comparing the two different strings with asset same. Okay, save this code and run this. Okay, the test got failed. See, the test, oh sorry, the test iterables is failed and the test string me is also failed. So here you can see expected hello people, but actually hello world. Okay, so that's why the test is going to fail. So if I replace this people with world, okay, now the test case is going to pass. Okay, and by I mean because we are failing because this particular method. Okay, let's you can see all the test cases is going to pass. See, the every test case is going to pass. Okay, so this is how you need to compare the strings. Okay, and you know what is meant by asset not same. Okay, what will be the
Sir, sir,
hmm,
it checks uppercase or lowercase both.
yeah, yeah. So let's check. I'm using basic hello. Okay, okay, let's check this. The test case is failed because expecting small hello world, but it is hello world, capital H. Okay, it will check for the value also. I mean the case. I mean it checks. It compares very deeply. Okay, it checks for everything. Okay, including spaces and commas and all the things. Okay, everything is a
Okay,
string,
sir.
na? The string must be equal if you want to. Okay, when you are comparing the password in JADIB, when you are comparing. Sorry, I'm getting sleep. Okay, sorry. So when you are comparing the strings in the password section, na, so the password is equal to be the password. So if your password is a case in, I mean not a case sensitive, that means if you are having something like this, okay. So if your password is Bhaskar 007, but you entered okay your password as Bhaskar 007, so both are must be different, na? Okay, so both are not equal, right? So that's why it is failed. Okay, so it is a string, so it compares everything is matter here.
Okay, sir.
And what will be the output for this code? Let me know. Hmm. So what happened in this case? The test is going to pass because okay we are comparing whether these two are not same or not. Okay, pass because the two different strings are, I mean the two strings are different, so that's why it is failed. Just give me a minute. అంటే కాల్లో ఉన్నాడా? Okay, so asset same. Okay, asset same method. Sorry. Um, how can I write? Use it to asset assets. The expected and actual strings are strictly equal, strictly equal or not. Strictly equal means including the cases. Okay, so including the cases also we are comparing. And coming to the asset not same, strictly not equal. Okay, strictly not equal or not. This is the asset not same. And coming to the iconic asset throws. Okay, the coming to the iconic asset throws, now we have to check okay for asset throws and fail and asset all. Okay, asset throw is important, we are going to use them. We are going to use asset say, I mean asset throws and asset equal in the real time, so mostly, so that's why you have to concentrate on the asset equal and asset throws for sure. Okay, so coming to the asset throws, it is one of the important asset statement that we have in JUnit. So asset throws asserts the exception. Okay, so it executes one particular condition. Okay, after executing the particular condition, okay, so whether that particular code is returning one exception or not. Okay, it compares, okay, whether the code is returning exception or not, and it compares the type of the exception it is returning. Okay, for example, okay, so you are having five values in an array, but you are accessing sixth element, it should return array index out of bound exception. Okay, and you are dividing the, okay, one particular way, I mean one particular number with zero, so that is arithmetic exception. Okay, we have a different types of exceptions now. So this asset throws, okay, this asset throws checks whether this particular code is returning exception or not, and okay, including that, it checks for the type of the exception it is returning. It checks for the type of the exception that returning. Okay, so here, okay, let's write one simple code to understand asset throws. So here, okay, I want to write something like, public. mm, okay, so actually I want to return one integer. Okay, public integer divide int n comma int m. Okay, okay, so here, okay, I am checking, okay, the int, okay, the division of the particular value. Okay, so if I write, okay, if I write, okay, n as 5 and m as 0. Okay, n as 5 and m as 0. So what will happen, amma? So if you divide any number with 0, what will happen?
Arithmetic exception.
Yeah, actually it would print infinity, but there is no infinity in the computer science. So it will print some exception. Okay, some exceptions like arithmetic exception. Okay, I mean you are dividing the value with a 0, so it is impossible. So that's why we are raising one exception. That exception is known as the arithmetic exception. Okay, the compiler will send a message like that. Okay, so let's pass some values to the divide method. Let's understand how it is working. Okay, so test void, mm, something like void divide test divide. Okay, so here, okay, so I want to check whether that particular I mean that particular code is returning exception or not. So that's why I'm using asset throws. Array, what right in class it? Guys, give me one moment now. all the people they all the people do their different things when I'm in a class only. I will have a different types of amendments when I'm in a class. They won't do anything if I'm not in a class, no? See? Bullshit, guys. Okay, okay. So here, okay, so I want to check the exception which is raised by the divide method. Okay, so here, actually, I'm passing. Okay, I'm checking. I mean, I'm expecting arithmetic exception. Okay, spelling. I forgot the spelling. Arithmetic exception. I thought arithmetic exception. Okay, when you are passing the exception, when you are comparing the exception, you have to use the dot class for sure. Dot class arithmetic exception. dot class. Okay, we are expecting arithmetic exception, okay, in this test case. Okay, so we have to import the asset throws. Okay, so now we have to write one particular condition here. Okay, when you are expecting some result, na, so actually we are passing integer and we are expecting integer, but here, okay, we are expecting some exception, right? So here you have to use one, forgot what is the name. We have to use something like, lambda expressions. Okay, lambda expression, because we want to execute a statement, na. So new app dot, okay, here, okay, actually we are dividing the values. Okay, so here I am passing 5 and 0. Okay, I am passing 5 and 0. So we are checking the value. Okay, let's check whether it is passing the perfect value or not. See, the test case is passed. Okay, because, okay, it is returning some arithmetic exception. Okay, here I am expecting some different exception now. Array, sorry, array index, yes, tell me, of bound exception. Okay. Uh, Actually, I'm getting array index out. Okay, I want to get array index out of bound exception by comparing this particular thing. Okay, so let's see what will happen. Okay, let's see the error. Okay, unexpected exception type thrown. Okay, expecting array index out of bound, but it was arithmetic exception. See, okay, so it was arithmetic exception, but the user is expecting array index out of bound exception, so the test case is failed in this case. Okay, so you have to check whether the proper exception is throwing or not. Okay, so here, okay, I am passing something like this. 5 and 2. Let's see what will happen, ma. Okay, again, okay, the test case is failed because we are expecting one exception, but you know, so we are having some integer value, so that's why the test case is failed. Okay, so we have to check these things.
Sir, why we need lambda expression here?
So actually, so you need a lambda expression to execute the particular thing. So actually, when you're at this particular divide method will return one integer value, right? So this divide method will return one integer value, but in our case it has to return one exception, na? So it has to change its return type, right? Actually it is expecting, okay, we are returning one integer type of value, but we are expecting some, okay, some exception like something like, array index out of bound, arithmetic exception, some exception, okay, whatever it is. So we were expecting a different thing. Okay, so that's why we have to execute this particular method, we have to execute this particular statement in a different way. Okay, we have to execute this particular thing in a different way. Okay, so that's why this lambda expression is going to execute this particular thing without using any return type. Okay, we are executing this particular thing without using any return type. It uses the body of the divide method only. It doesn't care about the return type of the method. Okay, so that's why we need a lambda expression. So if you write something like, I'm commenting this. Okay, so if you write something like asset equals, na. Okay, so in the asset equals, okay, I'm expecting 4 because, new app. Okay, so here divide 8 and 4, 8 and 2. Okay, so I'm passing 8 and 2 to the values. Okay, I'm passing 8 and 2, and we are expecting actually the asset equals. Okay, so I am passing 8 comma 2 to the divide method. I am expecting 4 from the divide method. So here I am not using any lambda expression, but still the test case is passed because okay, 8 divided by 2 equal to 4 obviously, right? So here we are expecting an integer value, and this particular method is also returning one integer value. Okay, so that's why we don't need any lambda expression in this code. But here in the above statement, okay, we are expecting okay one exception, but this particular divide method is returning an integer. Okay, so here we have to execute this particular statement without using any return type. So that's why I'm using the lambda expression to execute this particular method unique way. Is this clear? Did you got the difference?
Yes, actually.
Yeah. Yes, very good, very good, Dot. Okay, so we are checking the, I mean, we are checking perfect exception or not. So this particular, I mean, test case is going to fail because we are expecting array index out of bound exception, but it is returning some arithmetic exception. Okay, so if you replace this array index, sorry, array with arithmetic exception, so I have the issues with the spellings, man. Arithmetic exception. Okay. Now the test case is passed because we are expecting arithmetic exception, and the method is also returning arithmetic exception. So that's why we have it. Okay, guys, is this clear? Asset throws.
Yes, sir. Sir, but I want to know
Hmm. Come on, come
exactly
on.
where we use lambda expression.
So you can use the lambda expression for executing one particular method. Na? Lambda expression is a method, one basic method. So for example, how can I write? Let me write one example in the app method. Mm-mm. Lambda expression. Okay, so let's write a one method. Okay, let's write a one lambda expression to multiply the values. Okay, to multiply the value, I want to write some lambda expressions. Okay, so when you are multiplying, generally we use something like one method, and where we are passing one, you know, one value to the method and all, right? So here I can write, mm, write that. Mm, mm, mm. Is not the one. We have to write the lambda expression in the source code. Let's remove this thing. Okay, I forgot where to. The best example. I need a best example. Best example. Best example. Okay, let's write something like one method. Um, okay, do one thing. So class. Here I am saying something. Hmm, calculator. Okay, so here we have one method. Assume we are having one method. Something like public int multiplication int yum comma n. Okay, or return m multiplied by n. Okay, so this is the one method we have. Okay, this is a one basic method. Okay, so here we have to write a one lambda expression. Okay, so we can write the lambda expressions in the main method. Okay, so let's go to the main method. In the main method, so I can write something like this. Public class is extends. Okay, public class extends calc Okay, so I want to override one particular method from the calc. Okay, generally we can override the method by implementing this multiplication like this. Public int multiply. Okay, we can do this, right? Return a star b. Okay, so we have a multiplication method in the calc class. Okay, and we have a multiplication method in the app class also. Okay, so actually I want to make sure whether I am overriding the, okay, calc class or not. So that's why I'm using override annotation here. Override. Okay, so I'm overriding the method, and let's comment out all these methods. Okay, comment out. See, actually I am overriding the things. Okay, so okay, so I'm doing so much stuff. Okay, give me a minute. I want to override this particular method in another class. Okay, because this is our app class, I don't want to change this. See, okay, here we have a two different classes. I mean, let's create another class also. Class thing like main class. Okay, assume you are having the one method, okay, multiplication method in the main class. Okay, so you want to override the main class method multiplication. Okay, so in this case we have to extend the class now. Extends. Okay, so extends main class. Okay, we are extending the main class. So here in the this particular calc class we have to implement the overridden method. So here we can use override. Okay, override annotation will make sure, okay, which will help us that particular method is overriding or not. Okay, it will check for the method is overriding or not. Okay, so that's why I'm creating overridden method here, public int multiplication again, and we have to implement the override method with the same values, int a comma int b, and we have to return something to this, return a star b. Okay, now we are successfully overriding na. So let's create a one main method here, public static void main not. This is our main method. Okay, if you want to execute, okay, if you want to execute the multiplication method, you have to create the object for calc class. Calc c equal to new calc. This is the object, and here you can print something. See, ln. Here I am printing the multiplication of two values, c dot multiplication of 5 comma 2. Okay, I am multiplying the some values here. Okay, now we successfully overridden the method. We successfully overridden the method which is in the main class. Okay, so you can come, I mean, you can compile this code, you will get a perfect output. See, you are having the output now. So to override one particular method, we did all these things. Okay, we wrote the three different lines, and we established the parent and child connection as well, right? So we can implement same program by using the lambda expressions. Okay, see, let's remove everything. I'm removing everything from the main class, but still, okay, I want to override method. Okay, I want to override the method which is available in, okay, main class. Okay, so you can do that. You can do that by using something like this. Okay, here, okay, calc equal to return A star B. Actually, I forgot. So we have to remove this thing. Okay, we no need of this thing, right? We can remove this thing because this will be the abstract method. And this particular method also, this particular class also abstract class now. Okay, we don't have any multiplication now. Okay, so actually you can create an abstract class or you can create an interface. You can do anything. I'm creating an interface. Okay, so right now I'm having one particular interface which we can call this particular interface as a functional interface. Okay, so here, okay, here we can implement this particular method. See, so main class MC equal to, okay, so here, okay, we can return something where we have to expect two different values. Okay, you can make sure whether we are overriding or not by using the override annotation. We are getting some issue here. Okay, see, entire thing, okay, we implemented entire thing in the one particular line only, so we can write this thing in a same line. Okay, now you can compile this particular code. See, still you are getting the same value. Okay, actually we need to call the method na system dot out dot println. So here we can call nc dot multiplication. Okay, 5 comma 2. Okay, so actually we are multiplying. So we are multiplying the value which is defined in the interface. Okay, so in a single line. So you can do this. See, we are getting the same output. Actually, in the previous program, we created a separate method. Okay, we wrote the three different three different lines. We are establishing the parent and child relationship to perform this particular task, right? So here, okay, we did that. Okay, we established that connection. We implemented, we overridden the entire method. Okay, which is defined in the abstract. Which is defined in the interface by using the lambda expression. So here this is one lambda expression, okay, to perform the multiplication. So you have to make sure when you are using the lambda expression in the basic Java program, no, so that lambda expression should implement the functional interface thing. I already told you. So lambda expression can use in the functional interface only. So what is meant by the functional interface? So the interface which is having only one abstract method is called as the functional interface, and we did that. Okay, this interface is known as the functional interface now. So we can write the lambda expression in the basic programs by using the functional interface only to implement the functional interface methods only. Okay, so you can see the number of lines, how much number of lines we decreased more than 4 number of lines na? And here we don't need to override anything, we don't need to establish a parent and child relationships. Okay, so in a single line we completed the everything. Okay, this is the power of lambda expressions. Got it? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is a different thing. Yeah, I changed my mood. Where are we? Tak, tak, tak. Okay, give me a moment. I have to revise what we are doing. See, we are doing so much stuff. We are importing so much stuff. Hmm. What we are explaining actually? Where am I? What is
Fail,
the
I think.
last test case?
Asset throws.
Okay. You see, I changed the mode of testing in my mind. So this is why you have to ask the doubts related to the concepts. I forgot. Okay. Give me a moment. I will revise. Asset throws. We have to explain asset throws. Okay. Asset fail and okay. Asset all. We completed the asset throws, na? Any doubts in the asset throws? So yeah, you can use the lambda expressions in the functional interface when you are writing the basic core Java program. Remember that only. Okay, Rupa. Hmm. Okay. Now let's go with the fail method. Okay, fail. So we have to write something with the asset throws, no? So asset throws, use it to asset the given method is throwing perfect exception or not. Okay, this is asset throws. Okay, now we have to check for the fail. Okay, so generally, okay, when you are using the fail, no need to use the asset method. Okay, if you want to fail one particular test case, okay, so for example, you are still in development mode. Okay, you are still in a development mode. Okay, but you want to write one test case because the tester is going to ask you. Okay, so you can write the test case, you can write the test case to fail the test case. Okay, so this the fail method fails the test which is under development. Okay, which is under development. For example, um, generally you can write something like this: at the rate test. Okay, void failing test case test. Okay, this is the method I have. Okay, so here I can write fail. Okay, so write print something failed, import asset fail. Okay, so here actually we have different types of asset methods and all the asset methods are true, right? So that's why we got a green color in the previous execution. So now I want to execute this particular thing. Okay, execute this. Okay, actually we have to execute this test as a test, app test. Okay, see, okay, everything is executed perfectly. Okay, everything is executed perfectly, but except the failing test. Okay, so the failing test is failed because they used the fail method. Okay, you can use this particular fail, okay, to check the under development code when you are still in development mode. But if you want to create something, okay, you want to create something for that particular method. Okay, so here you can use the fail method. So when you are checking the under development code, so you have to fail it. Okay, because it is still in development mode, we cannot check everything. So that's why. But so actually when you're in a company, so what will happen is, okay, so if you have, okay, if you are working as a tester, okay, assume you are working as a tester. Okay, you are assigned with one project. In that project you have a 10 different methods. Okay, in the project you have a 10 different methods, so you have to write at least 10 different test cases for sure. Okay, you have to write 10 different test cases for the 10 methods. Okay, you have 10 different test cases in the 10 methods. Okay, you have to write the test cases for sure. Okay, but in this particular 10 methods, okay, 9 methods are completed. Okay, 9 methods are perfectly implemented, but one method is under development. Okay, one method is under development. So but as a tester, your responsibility is you have a 10 methods, so you have to create the 10 test cases now. But how to create a test case for the under development method? We cannot do that, right? but we cannot expect anything, we cannot accept anything. So here, okay, you can write the one test case which is going to fail for sure, that is the fail test. Okay, so you can use the fail technique to fail the one particular test case which is under the development mode. But as a tester, you have to implement 10 different test cases for sure, right? When you're having the 10 different methods. So okay, to work with, okay, to check the under development, okay, to check the under development test case or to check the under development code, you can check it by using this fail. Okay, underdeveloped code definitely gonna fail, nah? So that's why we can fail it. Okay, this is the way you have to fail under development test case by using the fail method. Okay, so fail is gonna fail anywhere. Okay, so because there is no expected value, there is no actual value. Okay, because it is still in under development, how to write a one expectation, right? So here you can fail the test case which is in under development mode. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Guys, got you? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now we have to check for the next one, which is the king, actually the asset all. Okay, generally the asset all. Okay, as I told you earlier in the previous class, na? So in the previous class I told you one thing, right? So I told you one thing, I can show you. I think um, where I wrote. Okay, so I wrote somewhere. So I told you, no. So we have to write at least one test case for each. I mean, we have to write at least two test cases for each method. So one test case for the positive values, one for one test case with the negative values. I told you, na. I think I told you. So I wrote it somewhere. Yeah, here you can see. So we have to write at least two test cases to check one requirement. Okay, we need to write at least two test cases for one particular method. But here, okay, we wrote only one test case. Na? For every method, we wrote only one test case. See, so for the subtraction, okay, I wrote one test case. Okay, so for the adding, I wrote the one test case. Okay, so we have only one test case to check one particular method, but which is not acceptable in the real-time environment in a company, right? So we need to write at least two test cases. Okay, so if you want to execute multiple test cases at the same time, okay, if you want to execute multiple test cases at the same time, then we have to use asset all. Okay, then we have to use asset all. Okay, for example, okay, for example, so here in the subtraction method, okay, I wrote one particular not equals, no? So I'm removing this. Okay, so I want to check this particular, okay, subtraction with multiple test cases. Okay, so how to write a one basic test case for the test subtraction? Okay, so we can write a basic test case by using except equals. Okay, I'm expecting 3 by passing the value something like this, new app sub 5 2. Okay, so this is the asset equals I have. Okay, so I want to check multiple asset statements. I want to check this particular subtraction for with multiple test cases. So here I can write something called asset all. Okay, asset all. So here in the asset all, okay, here in the asset all, so we have to execute multiple statements at a time, na? So here also we have to use a lambda expression. Okay, this is one particular execution. Okay, this one is one test case, and we have to use the comma, okay, because we are having multiple elements. Okay, here also you can write one test case. Okay, so here I'm expecting 2, okay, by passing the something 4. Okay, 4 minus 2, so this is the one test case I wrote. Okay, so again I want to write one test case with the negative numbers. Okay, this time I want to write the test case with negative numbers. Okay, so actually I'm passing -2. Okay, so 5 and -2. So what will be the output for 5 and -2 with subtraction? Okay, if I
7.
subtract 5 from minus, mm, so actually we have to get 7. Okay, because 5 minus of -2, that means 2 minus is obviously a plus. Okay, so we will expect 7. Okay, so we are having multiple methods now. So okay, you can import this particular asset all from the assertions. Okay, so we have, okay, so where we are executing multiple test cases at a single clock. Okay, so when you are expecting this particular thing na, so if you execute this particular test cases, okay, if you execute this particular test, okay, so it gonna green. Okay, it will display green if all the test cases are passed. Okay, it will show an error if it will, I mean, this will fail if even, okay, even one test case is failed na, even one test, we have three different test cases in the asset. Okay, even one test case is failed, okay, in the three test cases, okay, this gonna fail, this particular asset all gonna fail. Okay, if all three got success, okay, got passed, then the asset all also gonna pass. Okay, so here actually we are having something fail na, so I want to disable. Okay, I don't want to execute this particular test, so I can use disable. Okay, because this particular thing definitely gonna fail na, so I am using disabled for sure. Okay, now execute this thing. Okay, see, we got green color, and you can see here the test subtraction is got success. Okay, so for a change, okay, I want to change something here. Okay, I'm expecting -3. Okay, I'm expecting -3. Sorry, I'm expecting -3 here. Okay, I'm expecting -3 if I divide 5 and -2. Okay, so this particular test case, okay, this particular test case gonna fail for sure. So that's why, okay, the entire asset all is gonna fail. You can see the failed, see the entire test case, the test subtraction is failed because of this particular one statement, this particular test case. Okay, so this is the way where you can execute the multiple test cases, where you are executing the multiple test cases at the same time. Okay, so this is the way. So at least you, I mean, if you are having a one method na, so if you are having one method in the source code, you need to write at least two different test cases for that, one with the positive values, one with the negative values for sure. At least two test cases you have to write. So if you want to execute those two different test cases at the same time, so you have to use asset all method. Okay, guys, is this clear for everyone? Asset all. Hello. Whereas asset is used to execute multiple test cases at the same time. If one asset is failed, and then the entire asset is gonna fail. Okay, clear? Hello, guys,
Yes,
are
sir.
you there? Clear? Asset all.
Yes, sir.
Any doubts in the asset all? Anyone? So we are seeing a lot of asset methods at a one time. So I know it is too difficult to remember all these things, too difficult to understand, but just make it clear. See, go through the all the methods. Okay, so we have asset equals, and we have asset all, asset false, asset array equals, asset iterable equals, asset not same, asset throws, and fail. Okay, all the methods. Okay, is this clear? So please go through the content also. Which method is what? Okay, so the fail method fails the test, helps you to write the test case for under development code. Under development code. And coming to the asset all. Okay, coming to the asset all. So asset all used to asset multiple test cases at the same time. Okay, so here we have to remember one point. If at least test case is failed, entire asset all is gonna fail. Okay, so this is asset all. Okay, see we have 11 asset type statements. Asset 2, asset false, asset array equals, sorry, asset iterable equals, asset same, asset not same, asset throws, fail, asset all. Okay, these are all the asset methods we have in JUnit 5. Okay, so especially asset all and the fail and asset throws. Okay, so these are the methods which is recently introduced in JUnit 5. Okay, these are the recent updates introduced in JUnit 5 which are not in JUnit 4. Okay, these things are not there in the JUnit 4. So these are the new asset methods: asset throws, fail, and asset all. Okay, these are the new statements of JUnit 5. Okay, these are not there in the JUnit 4. You have to know the difference between JUnit 4 and JUnit 5 for sure. Okay, boss, clear. So right now, so we have to write something called a conditional testing, and so we need to write something called repeated testing. Okay, so we have some annotations of display order. Okay, we have a several more annotations to run the test cases. But so I know these are the too complex to understand and too complex to remember all these things at a time. So please take a break, please revise the content. After coming from the break, okay, I can discuss the remaining annotations that we have in JUnit 5. Okay, is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's have a break for 15 minutes. After coming from the remaining things of JUnit. Okay, chalo. Execution of test case for n number of times. So this is the repeated test cases. Okay, at the rate repeated test. Okay, and yeah, these are all about the assumptions and assertion techniques. Okay, so these are all the annotations and special methods that we have in JUnit 5. Okay, so these conditional testing and repeated testing and these extra features, I told you, so these features are introduced in only in JUnit 5. Okay, these features not there in JUnit 4. Okay, so JUnit 5 is the major update. Okay, so JUnit 5 is the major update as similar to the Java 8. So there is a okay lot of feature introduced in Java 8, right? Like Stream API, functional interface, Lambda expressions. Okay, we have so many things in the Java 8 version. As similar to that in the JUnit 5, okay, we have a lot of features like this. Okay, so these are, I mean, these features not available in the JUnit 4. These features especially introduced in 5. Okay, guys, are you clear with all the things? Any doubts? I hope everyone is clear, but if you are having any issues, please tell me. Okay, so actually we tested, okay, we tested something, uh, we tested all the basic logics that we wrote, right? So, and we created one project, so we created a project with JDBC, right? So we created a project with JDBC. Now I want to test the project I created. Okay, I want to test the project that I created. Okay, so let's go with the, okay, our project. Let's execute our project once. After execution of our project, we can test something. Okay, we can test something. Okay, so let's close everything here in the editor. Okay, so slot 1 JDBC is our project where we are having different things. Okay, this is the banking main file, right? So execute this banking main file. Okay, so I want to log in. So Bhaskar as a Bhaskar, and the password will be 12345, I think. Oh, I forgot the password. Oh, I forgot the password of it. Okay, let's go. Let's open the MySQL where we can see all the passwords. Okay, so do one thing. Okay, do one. So actually, I want to register. Okay, but I think Bhaskar is there in the database. Okay, so I don't want to create a duplicate usernames, So Bhaskar and 12345 is the password, and the customer phone number will be something, and the account balance is 5,000 rupees. Okay, it has to return user is already existed in the system, right? So user is already existed. So I want to check this thing. Okay, I want to check this feature is working perfectly or not in the testing methods. Okay, so as you know, we are the, I mean, as you know, we are the white box testers. Okay, we can see the code and we can, okay, we can test the code by using our internal code part, everything. So this is the part where the black box testers do. Okay, the black box testers do all these things, but so I mean, I think I'm a white box tester, so I want to check the coding and internal infrastructure also. So okay, so I want to check this thing. Okay, I want to check, okay, whether this particular error is occurring or not. Okay, so if I entered one existing username, okay, the database is accepting or not. Okay, I want to check that. Okay, so how to write a test case to check JDBC program. Okay, how to write a test case to check JDBC program. So before writing JDBC program, I mean, before writing the test cases and everything, we have to add JUnit 5 here, So add JUnit 5 here in the pom.xml of our project. See, we are having, still we are using 3.8.1 of JUnit, so I don't want to, okay, use that. So I want to use something new. Okay, so JUnit Maven dependency. Okay, first we need to add Maven Jupyter repository to the project. Mm, okay, don't go like this. So type JUnit Jupyter, JUnit 5 Maven dependency or okay. So you have to go through this. Okay, we need fifth version of JUnit. Na? Just make sure you're copying the fifth version only and replace 3.8 with 5.0. Okay, I'm having 5.4.0. I'm using 5.4.0. Okay, JUnit 5. Okay, let's save this and let's check whether it is included or not. Mm, where is this? We have so many dependencies in our project, but I cannot find anything here. Okay, let's update this thing. Okay, we are having some issues in the test case. Okay, we have to remove everything because this is the syntax of JUnit 3. Okay, we are using JUnit 4 now. Sorry, JUnit 5 now. So I'm searching for where is the JUnit 5. JUnit, where is the JUnit? Okay, so just update the project. Okay, just update the project once. Updating the project. Okay, so I'm sure I'm having some JUnit files here. Okay, so let's write some coding. Okay, let's write some basic coding here in the app test file. Okay, so I mean we have to specify the package and everything. Remove all this class app test. Okay, so here I want to write my test cases. Okay, so actually, okay, we want to check one register. I mean, we want to check the register account customer, na. So we want to check this particular method, na. So register customer method. We want to check, okay, whether it is working perfectly or not. Okay, so this register customer is expecting one bank customer, na. One it is expecting one object, right? Banking customer object. So let's create a banking customer here. Okay, banking customer spelling customer B1 equal to new banking customer. Okay, actually we need to pass the values, right? We need to pass the values as a object to the register account, so that's why I'm creating object here. Now we have to add some values. B1 dot, okay, B1 dot something, banking customer. Yeah. This is the banking customer and these are the values that we have to give. Okay, so B1 dot cname. Actually, I have to get this, but why I'm not getting this? Faster, but okay, sorry. We have to do all these things in a particular method, na? I didn't mention any method. I have to mention this in a method. So at the rate test void uh, test register account. This is the test case I want to create. Okay. So here we can mention the things. And we have to import the test from JUnit Jupyter API. Okay. Now we have to add the values. B1 dot name is Bhaskar and B1 dot password is something 1 2 3 4 5 6 and B1 dot we are just assigning the values to the okay customer object. Okay, and B1 dot account balance is 7,000. This is an integer. Okay, so we have one banking customer object and we have one method in the banking DAO. Okay, we have one method in the banking DAO named as a register customer. Okay, we want to take this particular customer method, na, register customer method. Na. So here we have to create an object for banking DAO, then we can consume the method. Okay, so banking DAO equal to new banking DAO. Guys, we are checking the JDBC program. We are testing the JDBC program. Okay, see. So now, okay, we have to use something. Okay, so actually, okay, so if I pass the Bhaskar, because Bhaskar is already existed user from in the database. Okay, if I send the Bhaskar to the register customer, okay, so it has to return -1, right? Because if the username is available, okay, so we are returning -1. If, okay, the username is not available, na, if the username is not available, then we have to get 1. Okay, if we get a 1 here, okay, that means username is not available and user is successfully registered into the database. But here, okay, I am checking, okay, whether this particular -1 is returning or not for some specific values. Okay, so here we want to check the integers, na, so we want to compare the integers. So which asset statement we have to use? I want to compare the, I want to asset the integers. Okay, so which type of asset statement I can use? We have so many asset statements, na? Asset to true, asset iteratable, asset array. We have so many things. So in that, okay, so which asset method is used to compare the integers?
Asset equal.
Any,
Equal.
yes, we have to use the asset equals, right? So here in the, I mean, so here in the app test, okay, here in the app test, I'm doing something. See, asset equals, okay, so I'm expecting -1, right? I'm expecting minus from this because I'm passing one customer named as Bhaskar. Bhaskar is already existed, so it has to return -1 for sure. Return -1, that means error that you already know. So here we have to write the actual value. DAO dot register customer, where we have to pass the banking customer object. So I'm passing the banking customer object value here. Okay, now we have to import this asset equals from the assertion methods. Okay, and this particular thing, maybe this will raise some exceptions, no? So we have to declare one exception here, throws exception. Okay, throws exception. Okay, I'm raising some exceptions. Okay, actually we have to do this after bracket, after parenthesis we have to do this, no? Throws exception. Okay, I'm right, so maybe there will be an exception, so that's why I created an exception at throws. Okay, now let's run this particular test file. Okay, app test file, let's see how it is working. Okay, so actually this is not the one, so close this. Okay, we have to run this particular file, na? We have to run the app test from slot1 JDBC. Okay, this is the JUnit test case. Run this JUnit test case and see, we are getting some -1. Okay, so actually we have to import, sorry, I forgot, we have to import, we have to call the connect method also, no? DAO.connect to connect with the database. Yes, we forgot to update this. Yeah, DAO.connect, now run. Okay, now see, okay, it is showing, okay, green progress bar, that means the test is passed. Okay, it is returning -1. Okay, so here I'm expecting, okay, so -1 for the new value. Okay, so something like, Anideep. Anideep is not available, that you already know. Okay, if you want to see, okay, let's see. Okay, in the database, hey, what happened to this? Okay, okay. So I think I typed the wrong password. 905906. Okay. Okay. So actually we want to see our database, no? Show databases. Okay. So, I forgot which database we are using. Did you remember?
Anudeep Deep Tech.
For sure, huh? Okay. Anudeep Deep Tech is second one. Use Anudeep and show tables also. Okay. So we are using banking, right? In Anudeep Deep Tech. Okay. Thank you. So we can go and select star from banking, where you can have all the values of banking. Okay. Banking. See, okay, Bhaskar is available, Antava is available, Dhoni and Nishant is also available. Na? So here, okay, so I am passing Anudeep. Anudeep is not available. So here, okay, this particular thing will return 1. Okay, but I am expecting -1. Okay, so in this case, what will happen, ma? So the test case going to fail for sure because failed. See, what is the error? Expected -1, but actually it is 1. Okay, actually it is 1. Okay, so that's why the test case is failed. So now I'm expecting 1 here. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so why again I'm getting error? Okay, sorry. So Anudeep is already existed because I already typed the name of Anudeep na. So let's type something. Okay, Priyanshu. Okay, so I want to execute the Priyanshu. Okay, now let's see what will happen. See, okay, the test case is success. You can see Anudeep and Priyanshu here in the database. Okay, Anudeep and Priyanshu is inserted into the database. Okay, so this is how you need to check with the database. JDBC program. Okay, we are testing the JDBC program. Guys, is this clear?
Sir, when we check something is actually present in the database. It's not only
Yeah,
for
we are pushing
checking.
the content now. No,
Okay.
we are not only checking, we are pushing the data now. We are calling the register customer. Register customer will do insert now.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So, okay, so this is a task for you. Okay, you have to write 4 different test cases for the project that you created. In the project, we have a 4 methods now. For the 4 methods, you have to create 4 different test cases. So you have to check your project by yourself. Is this possible? Can you check it?
Yes.
Okay, so please write the test cases. Okay, so it will help you to understand how you are creating the project and how you are testing the project and everything. Okay, see, so day by day you are becoming full stack developer because right now you had a knowledge on backend and right now okay you learn the testing part also. Okay, we are doing so many things. Okay, you are on a track to know, to become a full stack developer. Okay, so here I want to understand one thing. Are you getting anything with me? Are you getting anything? I mean, is my classes are helping you? I want to know that thing. Is my class are really helping you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
For sure. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So actually, you know, I know I'm very slow in teaching. I'm very slow in narrating the things because I mean, I had I'll explain all the things in a theory. Okay, I will explain the things in a story format. Okay, so I know I'm a bit slow than other trainers, but if you suggest me something to improve, in the training structure and everything, so I will improve because we are getting the things now. So now, so we completed the journey from tomorrow. From tomorrow onwards, we are going to learn Hibernate and Spring Boot and Angular. We completed basic, core Java part. We completed advanced Java part. We completed the testing. Now we have left with 3 different frameworks. That is Hibernate, Spring Boot services, and Angular, right? So these are all the very important things. These are all the complex things. Okay, so you can suggest me something to change, or so if you are okay with the way I'm teaching, so that's okay. What can I do? What, do you want me suggest you anything to change in our training or way of explaining or anything? Suggestions are always welcome. There is a language barrier between us. So I mean, I'm basically from South India. I don't know much Hindi other than Pazalo and something else. But so, and I'm very confident on my English. I'm not that much great with the English. Okay, so you can see my grammar, you can check with the vocabulary I'm using. Okay, so I'm using very, very, very basic English. Okay, so you are very great when it's compared in the English. Okay, so you are very better than me in English. So there is a language barrier, I know, but so I cannot do anything with the language barrier that we have. Or so if you suggest me something, in the training, I mean in the way of explaining or anything, so it will help me, okay, to improve myself at least. Any improvements needed as a trainer? Ketan, Rupa, Gunjan, Prashant, Ankit, Yogesh, anyone? Rahul, suggest me something, Rahul.
No, sir, not really. Sir.
Okay,
Everything is.
okay. Everything is fine, right, guys?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, nice to hear. Okay, I think this is more than enough for the JUnit. Okay, so don't learn too much things about the JUnit and all. Okay, these are the enough. This content is enough for the JUnit. Okay, so do you have your patience to listen Hibernate today to start JPA? Shall we start JPA today? Do you have interest? Do you have patience? Because as you know, we are starting the new concept, so definitely we have to discuss so much theory. So there is a theory to understand Hibernate and what is JPA and everything. So I can tell you if you are patient, okay, if you have a patience. Otherwise, I won't tell you because these are the important things. So choice is yours. You can do anything. You can tell me anything. Do I continue or do I wind up anything? The choice is yours, Dan. I am in your hands. You can do anything. Come on. Okay, Hamant wants to continue. That's nice. No, sir, we'll start from tomorrow. Okay, we have mixed opinions. Again, we have to go for the voting. Okay, 1-1. Yes or no? Okay, 2 for wind up, 1 for continue. Tomorrow, okay, 3-1. Let's go for voting. Okay, next day. Okay, okay, sorry, Hemant. Okay, it's anonymous. Unanimous. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I can mind up the session today. Okay, but so you have to complete the test cases for your JUnit. I mean, you have to complete the test cases for your JDBC project. Okay, so complete the test cases and upload it in the GitHub. Okay, can you do it by the end of the day?
Yes, sir.
Do you need this test case? Do I need to upload this in GitHub? Just do you need this? If you need this thing, I will update.
Yes, sir.
Let me. Just give me a moment. హలో, నాన్నక ఇంటికి తీసుకొచ్చాను సార్, అయింది ఆపరేషన్. సార్ వెళ్ళిపోయారా సార్? ఉన్నారా? అవుతుంది సార్, క్లాస్లోనే ఉన్నా. అంటే 150 మెంబర్స్ ముందు అంటే లాస్ట్ 2 months నుంచి పంపిస్తున్నారు సార్ బ్యాచెస్. సో కాకపోతే ఎవరు అవ్వట్లేదు. సో దానివల్ల ఏం చేశారంటే క్యాప్జెమినీ వాళ్ళు కొన్నాళ్ళు పాస్ చేశారు, అంటే లిటరల్గా వాళ్ళు క్యాన్సిల్ చేశారు, కానీ మా వాళ్ళు పాస్ చేశారని అఫీషియల్గా చెప్తున్నారు అనమాట. అంటే వీళ్ళు అంటే క్యాప్జెమినీకి పంపించినా కూడా సో దాంట్లో చాలామంది ఫెయిల్ అయిపోతున్నారు. అంటే అంటే 100లో 10% పాస్ అవుతున్నారు. సో క్యాప్జెమినీ వాళ్ళు వద్దు అనుకున్నారు అనమాట దాని గురించి. సో అందుకని వైష్ణవికి మెయిల్ పెట్టారు, క్వాలిటీ రావట్లేదు అని. సో అందుకని వైష్ణవి ఏమో కొన్నాళ్ళు హోల్డ్ చేశారు, మళ్ళీ రెజ్యూమ్ చేస్తారు అని చెప్తున్నారు. కొన్నాళ్ళు హోల్డ్ చేశారు, మళ్ళీ రెజ్యూమ్ చేస్తారు, ఇప్పుడు ఏవైతే బ్యాచెస్ ఉన్నాయో వాటికి మళ్ళీ ఉంటుంది, క్యాన్సిల్ అన్నట్టు కాదు అని కవర్ చేస్తున్నారు. బట్ అది క్యాన్సిల్ అని చెప్పేసి మాకు అంతవా చెప్పారు. అంతవా అది జనరల్గా కాల్లో చెప్తున్నాడు, అఫీషియల్గా కాకుండా. డీప్ టెక్ రిజిస్టర్ చేసుకుంటే క్యాప్జెమినీకి కాదు, జస్ట్ కోర్స్ వస్తుంది అంతే. నార్మల్గా ప్లేస్మెంట్స్ చేసుకోవడమే, నార్మల్గా చేసుకోవడమే, ఏదైనా కూడా అంతే. యాజ్ ఆఫ్ నౌ అయితే. కానీ ఫ్రైడే మాకు మీటింగ్ ఉంటుంది కదా, దాంట్లో ఇంకా క్లారిటీ వచ్చేస్తుంది. లేదు అంటే వైష్ణవి ఉంటుంది, వివర్ సార్ అంటారు కదా, సో వాళ్ళకి ఏమనేది తెలిసింది, దాన్ని మీటింగ్లో మాట్లాడదామని చెప్పారు. మనం పంపించలేదు ఇప్పటికి, September 30 జనరల్గా. పంపించలే, వాళ్ళు అఫీషియల్గా షెడ్యూల్ కాలేదు కదా. ఇప్పుడు అయ్యింది షెడ్యూల్, అయినా 60 daysకి పంపిస్తారు. ఫస్ట్ బ్యాచ్ నోయిడా అయితే బాగుంది, చాలా హోప్స్ ఉన్నాయి వీళ్ళ మీద. సెకండ్ బ్యాచ్ అయితే చూడాలి. అవును సార్. సరే సార్. Okay. So guys, okay, so I'm wind up with the session. Okay, so you can join tomorrow. I mean, so don't leave the class. Okay, you know the rules, but you can continue the project. You can upload the project in the GitHub. On the deep